My name is Michael Wilkins. I'm the founder and director of property for Nuestar. Nuestar is a wealth business that we focus around wealth strategy, property, and outcomes around a long-term performance for wealth investment. My main role in the business is around property acquisitions. I've been in property acquisitions now, or in the property industry now for nearly 20 years. What I've seen and learnt in that industry is part of what we have built together in Nuestar over the last 8 years in a business where my specific role is around the property acquisition side and looking and finding property for clients across the country. Yeah, I mean, off the plan in an Australian property market is one way of investing, and part of that process is being able to understand the current environment throughout Australia in each capital city, whether it's Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, or Brisbane. You need to have an understanding and a barometer of each of those markets. With Off the Plan, the exciting part about Off the Plan is being able to have the access to the research and understanding how each market works. Once you understand how each market works and you get the demographics, the population, the infrastructure and employment, there's some of the sort of key critiques that we look at Nuestar. Then we start looking at the property itself and what's happening in those areas to understand what type of property is required in those areas to be able to provide accommodation for the population and employment and infrastructure. When we do that, part of that process is then looking at the projects that are being approved in certain areas. For example, we're currently looking at a project in Perth and where we understand what the infrastructure is happening there over the next 10 years. So we're circling in on suburbs in Perth that have a demand and a requirement for accommodation in that area. So we use the sort of macroeconomics, where we use third-party research such as Terry Ryder to do that, and that folds back into the off-the-plan side, where we have the ability to go in early into projects and we analyse those projects.